Morning, everybody. Just out on my walk this morning. I'm just coming up to the bridge between Sunbury and Selinsgrove or Shamokin Dam, and I just thought I would record this. I always enjoy this part of the walk in the morning, just seeing the river and Faber Dam and everything. I always thought it looked pretty cool, so I had to record this and then do the devotion here with you this morning. Alright, sorry, I'm trying to get situated here. So the devotion for today says the heroes of faith. This is Hebrews 11:32. Alright, there's lots of traffic going across the bridge, so it takes some pauses when like a truck just went by. So it says, and what more shall I say? For the time would fail me to tell of Gideon and Barak and Samson and Jephthah, also of David and Samuel and the prophets. It says the list of other heroes of faith continue in Hebrew 11:32. The names of these men were recorded because of their great faith and how it was exercised in accomplishing great exploits for the Lord. The first person named is Gideon. He was chosen by God to defeat the Midianites. The Lord came to him and said, "The Lord is with you, mighty man of valor." This Judges 6:12. As a fearful and insecure person, he sought many confirmations from the Lord before he had moved forward by faith into battle. God reassured his servants in Judges 6:13-40. God commanded Gideon to fight against the Midianites. Although he had an army of 32,000 men, God lowered their number so he received the glory, not Israel. Did you know that only 300 from the 32,000 were chosen by God to go and fight against the Midianites? Those who were afraid left. 22,000 returned. At Gideon's spring, God separated the men who lapped water. They would fight with Gideon, and the rest were sent home, Judges 7:1-8. So God reassured Gideon of victory and gave him the battle plan to defeat the enemy. He ordered his men to take a trumpets and empty pitchers with torches inside them. That was it. He divided 300 men into 3 companies from every side of the enemy's camps. They blew their trumpets, broke the pitchers, and held their torches, and shouted, "The sword of the Lord of Gideon." The Midianites believed Gideon had a vast army against them, when in reality there were only 300 men. They caused such fear and confusion among the enemies. They caused such fear and confusion that their enemies began to fight against each other in the camp. Terrified, they fled. The plan worked. Then Israel banded together to pursue and defeat the Midianites. God gave Israel the victory with only 300 men. Gideon became Israel's judge for 40 years. God always works with the few, not with the multitude, so that he receives the glory. And it ends with a quote here from Alan Redpath. It says, those that really believe in God, those that really trust in the Lord, will do great feats for the Lord. By faith, will you be that man or woman? So, again, as we're going through this devotional that's based around faith, again, I just want to ask you, how much faith do you have in God that He can use you in mighty ways to represent his kingdom. And that's why we see things like this, like it said in the devotion. We see this where if the 32,000 men that were originally there went and defeated the Midianites, that would have been great, but people would have said, well, yeah, they have 32,000 men, of course they're going to beat them. So by God instructing Gideon on what to do to cut his army down to just 300 men, the soldiers were not able to take credit for that. That was all God that was at work there. So however big or small you feel that you are, God has a plan for you. God can work in your life. You just gotta be in his word, pray, ask him how he can use your life, and then not only ask that, but follow through when he gives you instructions. So excuse me, that's all I got for today. So hope everybody has a great day, and God bless.